Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is Initial Thoughts. This video covers the Safelife Defense 3A Concealable Soft Armor Vest. I purchased this with my own hard-earned, taxed by the government stimulus check. I didn't technically pay for this, but I'll probably pay for this in my taxes once they are due. Now, I wanted to make this video because most of the videos that I looked at when doing some research on whether or not I should buy this vest, seem to be paid promotional videos or kind of shill type videos, in the sense that it was just non-stop glizzy gobbling of Safelife Defense. Just you know what I mean? Just milking two giraffes in your own face, kind of like, oh, this is so great. Oh, Safelife Defense is my Lord and Savior. Which felt a little weird, but I went ahead and bought the vest. Now, this video is not going to cover its ballistic protective capabilities, as number one, I don't make that much money to keep buying vests and shooting them. Number two, I'm not being sent these vests by Safelife Defense to test them. We can all kind of agree that these are most likely what is equivalent to NIJ Level 3A. I don't know per se if they are NIJ certified. I didn't check that. But from watching, at least disseminating the dick-sucking videos of Safelife Defense, I came to the conclusion that it's probably okay to stop pistol threats and shotgun threats, which is fine. The original reason why I bought this Safelife Defense vest is because I got a set of in conjunction with plates, and I needed some sort of 3A backer behind it in order to make it capable of level 4. And because I'm a big fat LARPer, and I wanted to buy a vest that kind of looked like a PMC in 2004 in Iraq, I bought this tan-colored Safelife Defense vest. Now, I've got some pros and cons to talk about this vest. So we'll start with the pros. So for the sake of comfort, Safelife Defense put a padded kind of mesh material on the inside portion of the vest. The actual Kevlar or whatever sort of material, ballistic protective material, is on the inside, obviously, which can be seen here. You can remove it or change it out or whatever via these hook and loop compartments. Now, it's considered to be 15% bigger than the competition in regards to the actual Kevlar panels. Am I going to test that? Probably not. I don't have any sort of other soft vest, at least not anymore. I had a bulks carrier, but I sold it at some point. So I can neither confirm nor deny if that's true, but they look to be a little bit chonkier, the panels, so there's that. So it is, as you saw, kind of flexible, which is fine. That's what you would want in a soft armor vest. You want it to be flexible. So it does, at least to an extent, conform to my pudgy, pear-shaped exterior. Now, kind of dimensions of myself, proportions, Rona was not kind to me, nor the shutdowns. But I am 6 feet tall. I weigh about 210 pounds at this moment in time. Now, I did take a dump, so that might be a little off. But just as a roundabout figure, we'll say 210. I mean, I guess I could tell you what pant size I wear, but we're getting into anime territory. Let's not do blood type or sailor outfit uniform kind of stuff. But it is flexible. To go back to what we were talking about. The next point I want to make, it is cost effective. Now we are talking, you could either buy this vest or probably one of the baseline PS5s or something. I'm not a console gamer, so bought this, which is, that's my thing. But it is cost effective. After tax, or rather after shipping and handling and processing fees, I kind of sneaked out at above $550 after all said and done. Now the vest was discounted, quote unquote, down to $499 for their just basic 3A, non-rifle rated, flexible, whatever, 3+ bullshit. So price versus other competitors on the market was not bad. Now the only other competitor that I realistically could find would be Premier. However, I was unable to get their vest in lieu of this one, so I bought this one instead. And again, because I started watching videos, there's not a whole bunch of videos on Premier's vests. There's a shit ton of videos of Glizzy Gobbling on Safelife Defense's vests and plates, so I decided I would take the plunge and burn my Daddy Trump stimmy check on this vest. One thing to note for the next point is they are located in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, I believe. So lead times were not very bad at all, despite all the COVID closures and, extra time for COVID kind of things. I maybe got my vest within 5 business days. One of those days was processing, and frankly, it was like half of a day. Now, they did ship, I want to say they shipped FedEx, and for whatever reason, I guess there was an ice storm in Texas where I'm at, so it was delayed about a day and a half. It would have been a 3-day, but it turned into like a 5-day kind of delivery thing, which is, it is what it is. So I can't fault them at that, because that would be the fault of FedEx and, beyond the scope of this video. Now, let's talk about the cons. Now, the cons, we'll start out, let's get with fitment, excuse me. This vest, albeit flexible, is semi-rigid. So it is flexible, but you'll notice there's this weird kind of cavernous hole that forms when I bend it. Now, again, at my proportions, it may be my proportions, but this was sort of a problem. I did wear it to work, I wore it driving around, I wore it at work, and, I wore it on many, many raids, with a squad of people in the game of Squad, wearing my vest to make sure that I'm covered just in case I get frag or something, you know what I mean? So yeah, it does create strange shapes on the front and the back. So for instance, a little anecdote, as I was wearing this at work, most folks didn't notice I was wearing it. I did look beefy as fuck though. I look thick, dummy thick even. My traps, huge. My chest, barrel chested. On my arms, no different. So I look like a barrel chest. I look like a fridge with arms and legs. Though, as I referenced, I did wear it at work. So I wore it under a polo shirt, and then I threw a jacket, a hoodie over that. Now I'll say this, even though it's got that padded material, and even though on their website they say, oh, we make it a little bit more rigid for airflow, didn't help. It was just hot underneath. Now, thankfully, it was a very cold day when I was wearing it, but as soon as I got inside, man, I was sweating. I was sweating underneath this carrier. My tank top that I was wearing underneath my carrier was just soaked, just very moist. Yeah, so it created strange shapes on my body, in the sense that, like, on my chest and towards my waist, like I said, there's kind of like a protruding shape where you could fit like a whole fist under, or almost a fist, probably, yeah, fit just the whole fist in there. So I did get made about 6 hours into my shift. I was talking to some guy, and then just halfway through the conversation, he looked down. He was like, "You wearing a vest?" I was like, "I'm sorry, sir?" He's like, "You wearing a bulletproof vest? I mean, it's cool, but you wearing a vest?" I'm like, No. This is a back brace. I tweaked my back." And he's like, "You sure?" I'm like, Yes, I'm sure. I tweaked my back. And this was kind of the only back brace I had, so it's just. And of course, he was like very apologetic. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't mean it. I thought you were wearing a bulletproof vest." And I was like, Sir, that's absurd. A bulletproof in this day. Mind your goddamn business. So I was able to convince him that I was not wearing a bulletproof vest. However, I was caught, quote unquote, wearing a bulletproof vest during my workday. Now, I'll say this: wearing a bulletproof vest, whatever, wearing a Kevlar vest is very, I assume, similar to wearing a larger than normal concealed carry handgun, to where you're probably going to print, but 80% of the people are not going to notice because they're either A, balls deep in their phone, or B, they don't care, or their brain's just not looking for that. You know what I mean? Now, perhaps the viewers of this video and I share the kind of situational, quote unquote, awareness, where we can typically tell, "Oh yeah, that person's carrying a gun. Oh, that's printing. That's definitely not an insulin pump. That's a gun," kind of thing. But understand that most folks these days do not share that sort of perception. So, be that as it may, up close, probably not very concealable, unless you wear a trench coat, a Latin American poncho, a kimono, some sort of samurai garb, that super sick night desert camo parka that you caught at a swap meet for $10. Boom, boom. But if you're wearing like normal clothing, odds are you're not going to be able to conceal it very well, because it does create weird shapes on your front and back because of that material flexing. So that is one of the biggest cons of this concealable vest. The second con that I wanted to bring up, there's more, but the second one, so on their website they say that these are able to be upgraded with rifle plates to turn this into a concealable rifle carrier, to stop AK-47s and 308s and 50 cals, whatever, right? Sure. Now they say 10 by 12, but the actual pocket, the plate pocket, is literally just a rectangle. So I'm sure you could, cut off a plate of like metal, of AR-500 steel, and just pop that in there, and it's just fine. However, the plates that I have sappy cut Ceradyne plates, and then I'll have just 10 by 12 plates from SKD Tac, with, I think they did a run with BT Arm or something like that. Don't quote me on that. They didn't sit right. There's a lot of slop, and frankly, they sat way too low. I had my vest up here, right? So I have the vest, at least according to their website, kind of where it's supposed to be, and the top of the plate kind of sat at like nipple height. Now I don't pride myself with particularly low nipples, but my my heart was just my heart was not completely covered, so I wouldn't trust that as an advertising, as a selling point, frankly. So the next thing, one of the biggest things, my biggest complaints is for an armor carrier, right? Armor, body armor, it's supposed to take hits. It's supposed to last. It's supposed to be durable and rugged and reliable. This is not double stitched. This is single stitched. So there's only one single stitch line that holds the actual body armor panel in the actual carrier, which is, I'm sure, fine for your LARPing or your cosplay or your airsoft matches. But if you intend to use this for a long time, odds are at some point there's going to be a hot spot on your panel, and the stitching is going to pop out, and there's going to be shit getting in there. Now the material does seem pretty water resistant. It is nylon, some denier of 500 denier, or I don't know. I think it's 500, but it is some pretty thick nylon. So that's fine. The materials used don't seem to be terrible, but again, that stitching is kind of weak. And odds are, if it pops, your carrier's no good. The last point that I want to make is, so on the actual armor panels, or rather the carrier, you'll see at the very bottom in fine print, the wearer of this armor carrier assumes all risks and liabilities. Sure, right? If you get shot, you get shot. You know, can't sue the company if for whatever reason you got a batch of bad armor. That's fine. But you will notice that the actual carrier itself is made in China. Now, that may be a bad thing. But understand that this is a $500 carrier and armor kind of bundle. It is what it is. I'm not a big fan of supporting that China, I guess. But again, I only had $600 to dump on armor for fun, because again, I'm a big fat LARPer. Now I will say this. I will note that the actual armor panel, Safelife Defense, manufacturer date is 10/14/20, right? It does say made in the USA. However, again, we've got some fine print. Made in the USA from domestic and imported parts. Now, does that mean that this armor is American made? Maybe, but they don't make it super. So my assumption is, if it doesn't say made in the USA, it's not American made. Like maybe these straps are considered the American part. Maybe the ink used to do this this little logo in here, maybe it's American ink. But that leads me to believe that the armor itself, the materials of the armor, are not American made. Now again, this is my opinion. Okay, I didn't research it because this is an initial thoughts, not a year down the line thoughts. But if you're looking for a truly American-made soft vest, this ain't it. Now, understand that if you are looking for an American-made soft vest, you are going to pay for an American-made soft vest. The old adage of buy once, cry once is, usually right. However, look, man, we've all seen the videos of people sucking the dick of Safelife, shooting this with like 50 cal Action Express handguns and stuff. That you come to that conclusion on your own. Again, the scope of this video is kind of my initial thoughts on this, and because I also am tired of watching all the Safelife videos kind of thing. So that is what I've got. So to kind of review, to reiterate, I bought this vest because I got some Ceradyne in conjunction with plates. I will talk before I finish. I will talk that the fit of the actual soft vest with the hard plates, it is a snug fit in the sense that, man, I feel like a turtle. I feel like I am too turtly for the Turtle Club, and getting any proper cheek weld or I suppose shoulder weld with any rifle or hell, even pistol, like AR pistol, is incredibly difficult. I found myself having to cant the rifle or pistol to the side of like 10-15 degrees just to get a proper cheek weld on it. So if once again, if this is your best, or you're trying to do some sort of airsoft interpretation kit for some PMC in the early 2000s, fine. But as a comfortable alternative to just getting soft armor panels or an actual bulks carrier for in conjunction with plates, probably not a good idea with this vest. However, I ain't gonna return this thing, so I'm just gonna make Instagram videos and wear it occasionally to sketchy Craigslist meetups, and continue on with my life. That's it, guys and gals, and all the other genders that I can't remember. If you have any comments or anything that you think I should have added, you can always comment. This is a small YouTube channel, so do what you will in that comment section. But I thank you for watching the video. You guys all have a nice day. Suck my dick.